Hey friends, welcome back to our channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Angie and I enjoy sharing different projects we have going on around our home. In today's video, I'm going to take you shopping with me and we're going to look for some vintage items and then we're going to come home. I'm going to style them in our home. It should be a fun video full of tips and tricks and inspiration for your own home. So without further ado, let's go shopping. Today we're visiting a couple of stores, and these are not thrift stores, they are antique / vintage stores, so sometimes the prices are a little bit more, but I really like to pop into these types of stores every once in a while because sometimes that vintage item that you're on the hunt for is in these stores, in someone's booth that they have found and cleaned up, and I really appreciate that, and I don't mind paying a little extra when it's from a place like this. As you all know, I did have a booth in a store like this that I really enjoyed, but when we moved, I gave it up and I miss it so much. So I really like to go back and support my friends that have booths and just see what they have. Like these beads, I think that they are so pretty. I really love blue and white right now, and I think this is a fun little spin on the ordinary beads that you can find. When I go shopping at thrift stores or antique stores, I always have a list in mind, and I'm still on the hunt for plates for a plate wall. I thought these fish were so cute, and they would be perfect for a plate wall. They'd also be perfect to eat out of, but they would be so cute in a lake house or a beach house, just displayed on a wall with that beautiful blue color. I just thought they were really cute. And then speaking of plates, I really like these. I like the shape and the size of them. They would be so pretty on a plate wall. They're not quite the colors that I'm looking for, but you could really make a cute display with these plates. Another thing that I'm always on the hunt for is green cabbage ware, and I absolutely love this soup tureen. It is so beautiful, and I think that it would be so pretty just put into a china cabinet so you could see it through the glass. Another thing I'm always on the hunt for is blue and white. I'm loving blue and white right now, and they had tons of it in different booths. And it was a little overwhelming because I want it all. I just love it so much. But I always like to know where I'm going to put something when I buy it. So I'm on the hunt for it. I just haven't found the perfect piece and place yet. Also, this little dish with the green on it, I love that. I'm looking for more blue and green to add to our home. And I really love this to hold rings or bracelets or necklaces, or you could use it in a bathroom to hold your soap. I also loved this blue and white dish. I think that it would be pretty on a nightstand holding your rings. I love the irregular shape around the edge of it, and it was a pretty good price. So I'm keeping all this in mind for when I decorate another room. Maybe I'll have an idea to use this blue and green in. Now we're at a different store that has the same concept of different booths that have curated collections in them. And one of the things I love in this store are all the ginger jars that you have to pick from. It's not a bad price for the size of this one, and you can find them in so many different colors, but the blue and white is absolutely my favorite. And then this coastal print, I thought it was so pretty with this gold frame. And a lot of times you can find these prints at thrift stores with a thrifted frame, and you can put them together and they make a beautiful art display. Another thing that I'm always on the hunt for are brass candlesticks, and a lot of mine I pick up at thrift stores, but they're getting harder and harder to find. So most of the time you can find them in these antique vintage stores, and they're not a bad price, but I'm adding to my collection every day that I find one that is a reasonable price. And then I loved this vase with the blue and green and then the little pops of yellow in it. Thought this would be so pretty with some faux florals in it, and it would be so pretty in a room with those accent colors. And I can't tell you how much I love these little dogs. I think they're so pretty, and I have my eye on them. They're on my wish list, but I think that they would be great added to our built-ins for just a little bit of that English cottage style. These type of booths are always my favorite because you never know what treasures you're going to find on the shelves. They have so many different items, and it's just fun to look through them and to get inspiration, but you may find that treasure that you've been looking for. I love this plate. I love birds, and I love displaying them in our home, and I think that that would be so pretty added to a plate wall or just used when you're hosting. And then all the blue and white is so beautiful. And they also had a lot of art that I loved. This was a beautiful display of all the blue and the blue and whites, and it gave me so much inspiration for our home. If you have followed our channel for very long, you know how much I love lamps, and I love to add them in every little nook and cranny that I can find. And they're so perfect on bookshelves or in kitchens, and if you don't have an electrical source, you can always use the rechargeable light bulbs. There are so many beautiful things on this bookcase that I just do not know where to start. And I was so amazed by all of it that I totally missed that blue and green plate in the back of that bookcase. So I think I'm going to have to go back and look at that and see how much it costs, because it would be perfect in our home with all the right colors. But they had so many other beautiful things on this bookcase and so much blue and white. I shared in an earlier video a Reader's Digest book that I had thrifted, and I just styled it in a cloche. But this booth was full of Reader's Digest books, and I love the covers of them. So if you can't find one at a thrift store, you can always look at an antique store. They usually have an overabundance of beautiful books that you can choose from. I love this chinoiserie vase. It is so beautiful, and I kick myself every day because our last house, the previous owners left two of these, and they were not my style back then, and so I ended up selling them in my booth. But I'm on the hunt for one with just the right colors that I can use in our home now, because it is the perfect style for this home, and I love the different colors and patterns on these containers. Next, I go into this booth and I am stopped in my tracks by these candles. And now, if y'all have followed my channel very long, you know that I'm not much of a candle person. I like to use the battery operated ones. but I loved the shape and color of these candles, and so I'm thinking about getting a few for the fall season and using them in my brass candlesticks and not burn them, just have them there for display. They are so beautiful to me, and they were a really good price. I stopped off in this booth because I thought that lamp with that lampshade looked like the one that I just thrifted and styled for y'all in my last video, but I also thought this was a fun idea with matches. They put them in this box with the dogs, and then they had another one with cactus on it. But if you do have a friend that likes candles, I think this would make a perfect gift to give them a nice smelling candle with a box of these matches. Now we come around the bend to my all-time favorite booth. I love to just stand in this booth and look at the collection of blue and white plates. And I know in my heart that these are the ones that I want for my plate wall, but I cannot figure out which ones I want to get. And so I just stand here overwhelmed looking at all the beautiful plates, trying to decide what I want. And so I need to hurry up and make up my mind because she had sold a lot of them since I first discovered this booth. So I think that I will think about that and go back and purchase the ones for my plate wall and get a video up to show y'all that, because I really need to get that project done. But her booth is so beautiful. She has so many unique items in the colors that I love, and so many things that I've never seen before. So her booth is always fun for me to go in and browse and see all of the beautiful items. I think that this booth belongs to the same lady. I'm not real sure about that, but it seems like the tastes are pretty similar. But these World War I artillery shells are so pretty to me. I think that they would be so pretty displayed down a long table with floral arrangements in them. And I just look at them every time I go in. They are so unique and beautiful, and I never had any idea that they use this type of stuff for artillery shells, but they are absolutely stunning, and hopefully one day I will have one of my own to display in my home because I think that they are so beautiful. And everything in her booth is beautiful. The blue and white, just the way that she has everything displayed. It is so inspiring for my own home. And I just love to go in these type stores and get inspiration and just see things displayed and how other people display these items. I did stay in the store for a little while, just browsing the aisles and the booths, finding inspiration and beautiful items. And when I walked outside, this is what it looked like. The sky was so angry, and I thought it was a good time to go home and show you what I brought home. Okay, we're back home, and I'm excited to share what I found at the thrift store. And keep in mind that the items that I'm sharing today, I have found these over several weeks. So I just combine all of my thrifted finds from the month or the 2 months, whatever it is, and then I just make a big video and share them here on YouTube. If you keep watching, I will style some of these items, which y'all always love to see how I style my thrifted items, and I love to share that with y'all. If you would like to see my weekly finds, I share that over on Instagram at ourcontentedhome. I would love for you to go over there and follow me there, and it just keeps you up to date on what I find every week and what's coming your way on a YouTube video. So without further ado, let me share my thrifted finds. So the first thing that we got are these flower bulb candlesticks. I thought that they were so unique, and I looked them up on Google to see if I could find anything similar to it, and I could not find anything about them. So if you know anything about these candlesticks, I would love to know, and I would like your opinion on this part. But I'm thinking about painting these. I'm not fond of the color of the roots of them, and this green is not really the green in my house. So I'm thinking about upcycling them. So tell me in the comments what you think about that, and also what color you think they should be. But I thought these were fun, and they'll be a great addition to our home. So the next thing that I brought home with me were these prints. I love these so much. So this is February and this is June, and no one in my house was born in these months, but I do have family members that were born in these months. So that's special to me. And I usually find these in big prints. I've never seen them in the small prints, and I love the picture frame that they're in. They're green with a little bit of gold, and these are matted, and they have the back on them, and I just thought these were so pretty. And I think that these will be fun displayed if I could find every month of the year and just change them out with the month, almost like a calendar. I think that would be so fun for these. So I'm gonna style these up for you. I think that they will look pretty in our sunroom, which is the room that I'm in now. And I think they will add a little bit of that vintage that I love, a little bit of color. So stay tuned till the end and I will style these. Okay, so the next item that I found, and I've told y'all before that I'm on the hunt for plates, and you could see in that shop with me portion of the video how I looked at the plates, but I didn't see anything that would work in my space. So I'm going to keep looking, but I did find these. I found these a couple months ago, and I think they're so pretty with the scalloped edges of them. And they all have the same seam, and they're a light blue. And then they have that navy blue on them, which would work in our home. I just need to find somewhere to put these. I just loved them so much. And they are Johnson Brothers, and the pattern is called Tulip Time. But they have the windmill on the front. They have the little Dutch girls at the bottom. I just think it's such a pretty scene on these plates, and I'll have to look around and see where I want to put them in our home. But I was excited to find these. There's a total of 4, and I think they'll be so pretty on a plate wall or a plate rack. Either one would be pretty, or I guess you could use them to eat on for a place setting. That'd be pretty too. And then the last thing that I found was this footstool. It's got the rattan top, which I love. This footstool, it's got the carving on it, and it's got the carving there. I would love to strip this off. It's kind of a shiny finish, which I'm not fond of, but I would like to strip this off, maybe to the bare wood, and just see what's under it. That will be an upcoming video. I'll share that and show you what this looks like and then what I do with it. I've got several ideas for it. I think this will be so much fun to use in your display when you're hosting a party, or you could use it for its intended purpose, or you could put different decor on it and use it in your vignette as a riser. You could use it on beside your fireplace. It's just got so many fun uses for it. I'm just adding this print to this end table that I painted, and I have a video showing you all about that. But I also have this blue and white plate that I keep on this easel, so let me know in the comments which you like better, the plate or the print added to this easel on this table. So that's all I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you were inspired to visit your thrift store and find some items to use in your home to have a beautiful home on a budget. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. If you're new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button, and you can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and our blog, Our Contented Home. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye.